Hello and welcome to PPBN TV. My name is Mark Rosetto. I have got Andrew Hiorth from Toronto. How are you, sir?
I'm awesome, man. Thank you so much.
That's all right, mate. We met in the UK. I watched you win pretty much every award at SWPP, and you cleaned up there. Then WPPI, we had a great chat, and we discovered that you're not only a ridiculously talented, award-winning photographer, you also run a seven-figure, multiple into the seven figures boudoir studio in Toronto that you run through a lot of marketing through meta ads and Facebook, and that's what we're going to talk about today. How did you come to running a seven-figure plus boudoir studio?
Man, that is a loaded question. So we're in our 13th year
Yeah,
and we're a wedding studio for the first eight.
yeah.
And it wasn't until COVID that we were kind of
Pivot,
forced.
pivot.
Yeah, pivot. You got it. And that was it. It was like shut it down or pivot to something else. So we decided to pivot and we played in a couple different spaces. We played into the dogs and family and kids and just said, what kind of portrait studio are we going to be?
Yeah,
And then we dove into the boudoir realm, and at that time, you know, female empowerment and confidence, was, much, much more needed than any other time in history.
yeah,
And we made it kind of an experience, and we really
yeah.
dove into to the work, not so much being about sexy photos of women in lingerie, but more so being a tool for women. So whenever they need that injection of self-confidence, self-esteem, positive mental health, the
Yeah,
artwork that we created was a reminder of their experience.
yeah,
And
cool.
then just kind of grew from there. And then working with our business coaches, we learned how to run a business. We learned how to, maximize our capacity and all these fun business terminology things that photographers don't even think about because, they're worried about, shutter speed and f-stop and lighting and posing and all that fun stuff. So becoming a seven-figure business just kind of grew out of our own growth in figuring out what a business was.
Yeah, yeah. And when was that time where you went, wow, this actually is going to work? Like, this is actually, this has got some traction on this. I could amplify this. Like, where was your business at that stage when you went, this is going to work to, hey, we're going to jump into Facebook ads and we're going to pump 4 or 5 grand a week and we're going to be making well into the seven figures with our staff of 18. What
Yeah.
did it start with? What did the beginning of Fable boudoir photography start look like?
It started with it started with me waking up and saying, I'm tired of pet photography. I'm tired of pulling teeth with, children's portraits and family portraits.
Yep,
Let's try something else. And boudoir just kind of popped in as a niche that I said, well, we haven't tried it. Let's try it.
yep,
So the pivot in my mind that this was going to work, this was a real thing, this was a viable option,
yep,
long-term sustainable viable option was when in 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic
yep,
we were we were locked down for probably 6 8 months here,
yep,
like on and off. So when we pivoted in 2020, we did $750,000 in revenue
yep,
in the times that we were open.
yep.
And in that time, that was more revenue than we had done in 2 to 3 years worth of shooting weddings.
Yeah, wow.
And I was like, wait a second, I think we're onto something here. And what really forced us to focus on the empowerment and the confidence and the benefits of the work that we did was I was the only person. I was the photographer, I was the booking, I was the person doing the booking calls, I was doing the sales, I was doing everything short of the retouching and post-production.
So you were
And
it. You were the only photographer at Fable Boudoir when it first started in 2020.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
shortly after I knew I needed an assistant, and
Yeah.
then we trained them, and then we grew and built like from being a wedding studio,
Yeah.
we were 4 to 6 people when we moved into this location.
Yeah.
And then 2020, like we 20 March 2020, the world shut down. April 2020, we moved into the new studio.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah, and there was four or five of us, and in a matter of like 6 to 9 months, we had grown to 10 people, and then 12, then 15. Now we're 18 people. And as we grow, we scale. And as we scale, we learn how to become more efficient, more, and maximize our profitability, our capacity, all that fun stuff. So that was really kind of the moment for us when as an individual, as a male, in a female dominated niche,
Yeah,
in a niche where you have the misconceptions that guys can't really be photographers in the boudoir space. I was crushing it.
yeah,
And I really leaned into creating a safe space for women,
yeah.
and really focused on the benefits of the photography. So for us, it was almost like we had to redefine the genre. We had to make this about the benefits of doing this type of photography, not, hey, there's this guy shooting boudoir. So it was,
That's not
it was,
awkward. It's
yeah.
funny.
It's like, wait,
That's
so there's a guy shooting this stuff?
yeah.
Like I could count on one hand how many times that was an issue over the last 4 years.